7 years after he left to study abroad, the boy I'd loved my whole life finally came home to introduce his new girlfriend to his parents. That same week, my doctors finally announced that my 7-year battle with cancer had failed. I could go home to die. When Sherman saw me being wheeled out by my mother, a cruel smirk touched his lips. Well, 7 years and look at you, he sneered. So pathetic you can't even walk on your own 2 feet. Hearing the contempt in his voice, I just quietly pulled down the sleeve of my jacket, hiding the dense constellation of needle marks on the back of my hand. It's nothing, I said softly. I just fell and broke a bone. To my surprise, he scoffed harshly again. Is that right? Well, since my wedding is coming up, why don't you be my fiancé's bridesmaid? My heart felt like it was being wrenched in two. I forced a faint, bitter smile. I can't. I'm going away on a long journey very soon. Before the words even settled, I signaled my mother to get me out of there. But the moment we got home, Sherman's mother showed up at our door. She walked into the room, refusing to meet my eyes, yet still delivered her cruel request. Nina, I need to ask you a huge favor. Her face was flushed, her meaning clear. In that instant, memories of 7 years ago came flooding back. On the day of my diagnosis, she had barged into my hospital room like a madwoman, dropping to her knees and sobbing uncontrollably. Please don't hold Sherman back. He just got his acceptance letter. If he finds out you're sick, he'll never leave. For the sake of his future, I delayed my treatment and staged a massive betrayal instead. I pretended to cheat, coldly shattering Sherman's heart to force him abroad. Now, she lowered her voice again, whispering like a co-conspirator. Don't blame me, Nina. His current girlfriend is a perfect match for him. I can't let this wedding fall apart. If he finds out the truth about back then, he'll lose it. Then came the knife to the heart. Could you just stay away from him for a while? You don't have much time left anyway, right? The words "don't have much time left" hung heavy in the air. Furious, my mother slammed the pack of adult diapers onto the bed, but I clutched her arm tightly, turning to look at that woman, my voice weak but steady. I promise. I won't tell Sherman the truth. I took a deep breath and continued, but I can't promise not to see him. Through 7 years of agonizing torture, whenever the chemo made me want to give up, I clung to that old photo of us. Countless times in the ICU, it was my mother calling out his name that dragged me back from the brink. I've lost the battle for my life, but in these final moments, I have to see him. It's the only reason I fought so hard to leave the hospital. I thought it was over after his mother left, but when I woke up from a daze, I heard the voice that has haunted my dreams drifting in from the living room. My heart skipped a beat, paralyzed by shock. After all, 7 years ago, he hated my guts. He had stood outside my door like a wounded animal, smashing the windows to demand an explanation. And when I saw him off in the rain, he smashed the phone filled with our memories right in front of me before walking away for good. Yet here he was, standing right in my living room. Through the crack in the door, I instantly read the situation. He was holding his fiancé's hand tightly, facing my mother. He spoke to my mother, his words cutting deep right from the start. Is this about what happened 7 years ago? Is that why you're stopping Nina from being part of the wedding? Without giving her a chance to respond, he nonchalantly twisted the knife. It doesn't matter really. I'm over it. We grew up together after all. Even if we didn't work out as a couple, we can still be friends. Sophie immediately chimed in, her voice dripping with sweetness. Yeah, Sherman told me all about that ancient history. She wore an innocent smile, but every word was a dagger. I know she cheated first, but hey, we were all young and dumb once. It takes two to tango. Honestly, I should thank her. If she hadn't been so blind back then, I wouldn't have snagged such a catch. Then came the real reason. Asking her to help was my idea. The older generation has such tacky taste, you know. 7